All right, what is up, my people? Dofus 3.6 is right around the corner. I wanted to jump in and test with the beta here and show you guys some of the features that are coming up. A lot of really cool things are happening. I'm excited about them. So let's jump right into it. So number one, first of all, most important of all things, they threw it in there as like a little side note. They barely even mentioned it, but I love this so much. Check this out. You see this zap right here? If I right click that, boom, teleport from the map. I love it. They had this on Dofus Touch. I really loved this feature. Super nice. Makes the game so easy. Like when you see like you've got a quest over here and you're looking and oh, it's right here. And now I see the zap right here. I could just click it, but no, I got to go to my Haven bag or whatever or teleport. Now you can just teleport. I don't have this zone saved, so I can't teleport there, but you get the point. Super stoked on that. Anyways, some of the actual bigger features, that one's probably my favorite actually, but there's a ton of really, really cool ones here. Let's jump into them. First of all, starting with the biggest for the group search. I'm going to move my little camera here. Boop. As you can see, you see this group search right here? This is awesome. Guys, mono accounts are going to be living large. We're going to be loving life on our mono server because now you can search for a group, okay? And for any dungeon. So first of all, they've got this automatic mode where it's a little bit less detailed. You don't get to pick and choose who you're going to play with as much, but it is kind of nice. You can see which dungeons you have a key for. You can see if you don't. It's not going to let you check. So like this is inside a dimension, so I can't get there. It's not going to let me choose that, I guess. But any of these dungeons I have, I can click one. I'd say I want to go do Royal Gobble and I can just start search. Sounds like they're just going to group you up with a couple people. This one, you don't get as much details. You don't get as much to picking and choosing. To get even less details than that, you can go random, completely random, choose a level range, and it looks really sweet. It sounds like you can get a bonus chest based on the level of dungeon you do. And you also get 30% XP for the dungeon and 30% loot. So I think people are actually going to use this. I kind of like that idea. Just jump in with some randoms, try to make friends as you're playing, pick a level range that you think will be helpful for you, and just go play with new people, meet new people. I love that. Announcement board. This is where it gets a little more interesting. You can do a lot of details here. It looks like they're adding, so you can do quests. I love that. Why is it saying, can I not create a second announcement? Okay, I already created a test announcement, so you can only have one announcement at a time, we just learned. But you see, if I delete this, you can even pick quests, which is amazing. Name of the quest, you can search here. Name of the dungeon. So say I want to go do Burbs Gully here, and you can add some tags to limit who's going to join, what type of people you want to join, or what you're doing the run for. So say we're doing it for XP and achievements, and I want to do the duo achievement. So I only need 2 players. I don't know, maybe I only need 1 player. It won't let me choose 1, so 2 must be the minimum. So it's going to be me and 1 other, and let's say I need them to be at least level 100. And then it looks like this can accept automatically people who apply, or you can do it manually on your own. Then you can also type in a description, let's do this thing, and then go ahead and publish. They did say you can actually share these in the chat. I don't know if you can do it yet. I tried and I've been unable to figure out how I can share this thing. Let me know if someone has found a way to share it. Yeah, I can't figure it out yet. But apparently you're going to be able to share this, so you could send it in your guild, you can send it on recruitment chat, things like that. And then people can join straight from there. And then when you join, I don't know about these ones, but for automatic search, I'm pretty sure what happens is it teleports you straight to the dungeon once you find your group. This group search feature is going to be amazing. I think they're going to need to add some more filtering and more options to the announcements here. Like say you only want to play with French players, you could limit it to, I want French speaking or I'm English speaking, whatever that is. But I think this is going to be awesome. This is going to help people a ton. When you get stuck on quests, you're going to be able to find people easier. Love it. 10 out of 10. Great feature. Next up, another feature that I love, character pages. So if you go here to my profile, here I am. You can notice I changed the background. I'm sure they're going to be selling a lot of packs, but I love that you can switch the backgrounds here. Super cool. I'll keep it with this one. It kind of looks like my channel background there. And what's awesome about these character pages is this first one is honestly cool. You can feature some professions. You can do up to 5 professions down here. You can switch which one to show. And here's my favorite part, the equipment. When somebody asks for what set you're wearing or to link the gear, and you have to go do share item, share item, share item. Now you can just go to my equipment, hit share, send that baby over. Where'd it go? There it is. And then they can click the link and it's going to pull up your profile and they can view the equipment. You can even show them your cosmetics if you want. I think that's so nice. I love this. So you don't have to send them like a link to Dofus book or some other external service. And those links kind of look sketchy. You don't really want to click out of the game. This kind of keeps you in one place in the game, share your whole set in one click. And you can also see ranked rankings, I personally am not super huge on this, on the rankings thing, maybe because I'm always in last place, but you know what I mean. I don't care about this, but equipment's so convenient to share. You can even see the characteristics as well, how they laid out their stats, everything. Then you have the option here, whoops, pop that back open. You do have the option to hide this. So if you're a private little person, you don't want people seeing because you think you came up with the next greatest set of all time and you don't want someone copying you, I don't know, whatever, then you can hide your stuff. Not really for me, not my vibe. I'll just show the equipment. It's all good. So I love that feature. That's going to be fun. Next up, maybe I'll throw it up on the screen. They made like a picture for it, but I am not seeing it inside the beta yet. And it's supposed to be the Dofudex. Maybe it's in the encyclopedia. Looks like it's not here yet. Try searching for Dofus. That's not a very good, yeah, it's not here yet. I'll try to pop it up, but it looks like they're going to make a breakdown for each of the different Dofus quest lines. So with like an image, so you can click on like the Kewit Dofus, for example, and then it'll show you the prereqs, show you each of the quests, the alignments in order. So instead of having to go to Wiki to figure out what all the prerequisites for a quest are to start doing a Dofus, you can just click on it and start working on it straight from in the game. So I think it's going to be a really nice encyclopedia, kind of like a wiki in the game with the built-in information for each Dofus quest line. Let's see. Okay, another huge one. I'm actually not going to go into a ton of detail because I'm hoping to do one of these this weekend, which is the guild raids. I have not done one yet. They've announced it. You can see this tab up here. It looks like somebody can launch a raid. This one says it's a 1-hour raid, but you can have up to 12 people. And so right now we've got 10 out of 12 people who have jumped into here. But I don't know how it actually works yet. All I know is there's going to be raids with a lot of people and it's for your guild and you're going to need some coordination. You're going to need to be talking to each other. You're going to need a lot of people jumping into this and you're going to get, it sounds like some pretty cool rewards. So I don't know what's in these chests, but you can see these chasm chests here. Looks like there's some rare things, a 1% drop. That's fun. It's always fun. So we'll see what you get, you know, as we go along with these. It sounds like depending on the threshold you reach, your guild all earns a bunch of points and you can get a bunch of these chests and guild tokens and XP for the guild. I think that's going to be super fun. I love adding more ways for people to group up, to interact and do some more PVM in the game besides just dreams. So I think this is cool. We'll see how this plays out. I'll try to do a video on actually doing a raid once I do one, but it sounds like there's going to be multiple different kinds. It's going to be a lot different than any other game mode. It might be kind of similar to the labyrinth in Dofus Touch. We'll see, but it sounds like it's going to require a lot of people and a lot of coordination and it should be big fun. So I'll try to do a video on that later on once we actually get into it and start playing some. Apparently guilds did get a little bit of a some updates. So missions, I can't see mine in this guild yet, but supposedly they got tweaked and looks a little better on the mission log. The logs are supposed to be a little bit more helpful. And after a certain guild level, I think they said 16, you can start earning up to 300 guild tokens per week instead of 250. So that's pretty exciting. You can get more money there. Okay, last of all here, if we jump into a fight, you can see they made some changes for fights. I don't know how much I love them yet, but I think they're getting better. One thing I like is that this hover, you can see the health really easily. Kind of interesting. I think this is going to need some changing. I'm confused by like the number looking the same as the percentage. It doesn't look super clean yet. I think they got to tweak the visuals, but they changed those modules that pop up. Also, they changed some of these icons and supposedly you can see more states as icons above people's heads. So it looks like that's the range. I'm invulnerable from range. Let's try this one. Now that's the close combat and vulnerable from close combat. Really, really interesting. So they're supposed to be making it more visually obvious of what's going on in the fight. The other thing, I don't know if you noticed down here in the chat window, when you do an attack, you can minimize that part of the window, and it's also doing some indenting here. So from like a single hit, if multiple things happen, it'll indent the different effects. Like here's Ganymede here. It gave me -1 AP and -1 MP, and it indented them both under that one cast. So it's a little bit clearer to read. And you can also add like new spacing now. So I can go like bigger spacing between text. And supposedly they're gonna let you remove like icons. They're gonna let you do a lot more things. I haven't seen the settings to allow me to do that yet. So we'll see if they add those in the future. And they also said they're gonna I haven't seen it yet, but they said they're going to add where you can like lock all the players' health bars above their heads. So you can see how much health everyone has without looking up here. And then you can also supposedly keep your effects locked as a tooltip, as a module for the whole fight. Let's kill these peewees. Destroyed. Okay, another thing I forgot about and that I also love. In the ensembles, probably just noticed one of those there. If I click save here, they added new icons. This is fun. Nothing crazy, but they look good. I like the look personally. Some of these are kind of hard to see. see. But I like them. I like the new softer bubbly look. They added more icons. Steel AP icon. I like that. I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. It looks kind of haunting. And then they also added just these plain dots. If you're boring like me and just want it simple, I like these new like dual elements. Like you can see fire and water here, earth fire, all that fun stuff. Superman build. Very cool. Another little thing I thought was interesting in the options, if you go to the sound, I saw you can change just the character voices. So I actually heard somebody asking for this just like last week, like, is there any way to turn the voices off of my character so they don't hear like the grunts and like wah wah every hit? So you can turn that off now. I like that just to make it more customizable for people. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like hearing those voices the whole fight or not? I think I'm gonna have that off personally, but we'll see. I think that pretty much covers it. I'm not gonna go into 100% detail. They changed a ton of stuff. You can see this is the bug fixes section. That's just the bugs that I just scrolled through. So tons of bug fixes, modifications to quests, maps, tons of stuff here. So much. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm not going to break it all down in this video. You're going to have to read this thing. I'm sorry, or throw it into AI for a summary. This is also not the most perfect translation. So I'm like doing my best with the auto Google Translate translation. Dreams got a lot of changes to different spells and things. We'll see what happens. I kind of like to let those ones play out. Seems like they keep tweaking them until it goes live. Guild missions. We already talked a bit about that. A bunch of monster balancing. One interesting one. A lot of these are pretty different, but this one stood out to me as pretty unique, as the Korriander dungeon now has an invulnerability mechanic, which is crazy to me. It's like been this way forever, the way it is, and it's weird to me they're changing it, but it sounds like they're making the Fragos dungeons a little bit harder, and he's now invulnerable at the start. To vuln him, you have to put the little summon he summons. You got to get him on top of one of your mushrooms, lock him there, make him die on the mushroom, and then you can start killing Korri. Tons of other ones though. A lot of these bosses got buffs. Mercator got an extra movement point all the time. Naliza got some weird changes where she buffs you and debuffs you based on her percent of HP, or his, sorry, misgendered, my bad. And then just a ton of these other changes. Group search, we talked about that. Character page, we talked about that. Dofus interface. Sadly, they didn't show the picture here, but you can see they broke them down with the main quests and all that fun stuff. The tutorial got changed. I'm not going to go through it all, but it sounds like they made it easier. We'll see. I'll run it when I make a new class, the next time I make a new one, and maybe I can record it and show the new tutorial. But I don't know if anyone wants to watch that because we all get sick of running the tutorial over and over. Maybe we don't need a video on also doing the tutorial, but we'll see. If people want it, I'll make it. Okay. Equipment balancing, a lot of changes to equipment. You're going to want to dig through this, especially some of these legendaries. If you use them, that could be frustrating, getting those changed. Some of the Dofus even got changed. Sparkling Dofus gives 300 vitality now. Prygen got nerfed. That's a big one for PvP players, down from 80% to 60% in the first turn. I'm sure that's going to adjust some people's stats. A lot of other changes. Huppermage got a bunch of changes. I think Omni got a little bit nerfed, and maybe that big spell with the lightning and stars that they do. I don't know Huppermages, but I know they're strong. I think they got a little bit tweaked to nerf them a bit. I don't know how crazy it'll be, but you're seeing them in the top of the leaderboards for like every single mode. So I'm sure they needed some adjustments there. Seems like Rogue got some adjustments. Another thing, it seems like they're adding global cooldowns to a lot of stuff. They want people to be playing with different classes more and not just doing stacks of teams of one class. So they did that already with the Cra, and now it seems like they're doing it with a lot of stuff, adding global cast limits. If I'm reading the translation right. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who speaks French or has dug into this a little bit more than I. And then the Cra, of course, I'm not going to dig into it because I'm not a Cra main, but Cra's getting some changes and people are mad because 90% of the players in the game are Cras. So they're going to be mad when they get changed. But you know, guys, it is what it is. It's going to be fine. You can class change if you need to. There's a lot of cool classes in this game, and I'm guessing Cra's still going to be dope and overpowered, but we'll see. Once people figure it out, it's going to be OP still. But a lot of changes. Look at all those spells getting changed, basically everything. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for sticking around. I think this is going to be fun. I'm excited for the new updates. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it plays out, but I think they're doing a great job with these new quality of life changes. It's just getting better and better every update. Ever since Unity came out, you know, people freaked out it came out with bugs, but it's just getting good. I'm loving this game. I'm really enjoying it. I hope all these tweaks that they're announcing work out. It looks like they're working pretty well in the beta, which usually things don't work that smooth in the beta. So it seems like they're getting it down. Some of these features are coming out a little better. So I'm pro Ankama right now. Things are going going good. Let's see what happens. Thanks for watching, guys, and please drop a sub or a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos. Appreciate all of you who've been watching. So we'll see you later. Bye.